is inspired by a recent experience of me not being able to decide on which book I'll be reading next due to assuming that I'm already familiar with most of the things that are being discussed in the books that I have sorted out as options, and that there is really no point in giving them even a slightest attention. What had helped me perhaps the most was the fact that I had to go to work and focus on completely different tasks. And when I was fully immersed in one of the activities, a sudden recollection snuck up on me, and I just had to immediately stop what I was doing and make a note to myself. Maybe a decade ago, I came across an article which consisted of notes on the topic of learning and teaching. And I think it was a part of the seminar which was given by a gentleman, Eben Pagan. It consisted of many other interesting topics, but today I would like to briefly touch upon one of the observations that he made, which have helped me to finally go for one of the books from my tiny collection. So these are some of the notes that I have kept over the years. So bear with me. First obstacle in the way of learning is I knew that. So there was this gentleman, Peter Ouspensky, who wrote the book The Psychology of Man's Possible Evolution, which I would also highly recommend. This is one of those books that's probably good to read multiple times in order to properly process the insights that it contains. Right at the beginning of the book, Peter says, the big challenge that I face trying to teach you something is that you won't believe that what you're going to hear is new. So we're going to filter what we're going to hear through the good, the bad, and the ugly we have already jammed in our heads. And we're going to interpret it based on the old and think it's the old stuff we have already heard before. The most peculiar part of this predicament is that we need to learn skills that we don't know, but that we think we know. And when we think we already know something, our brain shuts down and rejects new information. And this means that we've got to surrender the idea that we already know, and then we've got to be truly open to learning the things we think we know, but that we actually don't. The practice of staying open as much as possible is what is crucial here. Now, the second obstacle in the way of us learning is I disagree. And why is this such an unfortunate view towards us mastering new skills? After all, disagreeing has led to some major innovations in society, but there's a level above this that allows for a richer reality. Eben continues that entrepreneurs and founders of businesses who solve problems in society are often known as high difference people. This means they see how things are different as opposed to how they are similar. In the personality types world, they're labeled as mismatchers. At some point in time, Einstein came along and helped the mismatchers by bringing to the forefront of consciousness the theory of relativity. Relativity says that all we have is our perspective, and all perspectives are partial. We can never see the whole equation. We can never know everything about what's going on. Then he suggests this thought-provoking question. What part of what they're saying is new, intriguing, different, a new paradigm shift to me, and how can I fuse this with what I'm already attached to, synthesize it, and bring value to both of us? How can I elevate both of us? Here's another thought that really struck me, and it will also be one of the last comments that I make in this clip, which is never believe anything too much, because there will always be a situation where it's not true. And to end this short episode, I would like to share something really powerful Oscar Wilde once said. I'm not young enough to know everything. So that's it for today's video. As usual, take care. What had helped me